As I approach my 2000th day in Rise of Kingdoms, I can't help but feeling a little bit sentimental about my journey. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I got to where I am and why I have bothered to play this game for 2000 days. So, let me take you on a journey to tell you where I started in Rise of Kingdoms and how we got to where we are. So, first things first, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms video from your very own Chappy Gaming. And today, we're going to be talking about what keeps me playing Rise of Kingdoms and why I am still here almost 2,000 days later when a lot of the people that I started this game are not. So, it's very exciting. And let's start at the beginning. So, my very first Rise of Kingdoms account that I created was actually in Kingdom 1262 in Yeropoc. Now, I wasn't in this kingdom for very long at all. This was like my first, downloaded the game, let me just figure it out, and I totally butchered an account here. This was technically my first account. Now, I didn't even get to, I think, Kingsland in this kingdom. I think I maybe was here for like 45 days or so. And what's ironic about this is actually one of my farm accounts came from this kingdom, right? It was my first account, and now it's one of my farms. So that's fun, but that was my first technical kingdom. But let's actually go look at my first real kingdom. So here we are, Kingdom 1304. So Kingdom 1304 was my first real kingdom. And it's really sentimental to look at. When I started in this kingdom, I think I was in one of these zones, either this bottom zone or this zone over to the right here. And the alliance that I used to own here was originally it was called 02. As you can see, there's still a bunch of other zeros here. And then it got renamed to Babe because that was what I decided to name it. And then eventually we had a merger with another alliance that was DRK. And then we merged into 0 and it became ZDK. Now, 1304 has come a long way from where it was. But when I first started this game, it was a pretty strong kingdom. We used to fight against 1307. We used to fight with 1307. We had a pretty substantial number of KVK victories. And to put it into perspective, when I started this game, there was no equipment, there were no armaments, there was not even half the KVK. Seasons of Conquest didn't exist. Crystal Tech didn't exist. We played KVK Light versus Dark. I think it was 3 times from 1304. And when I played this game, way back when, I had a bunch of friends that I made in this kingdom. Again, I was an R4 at the time, wasn't making YouTube videos. And that was my origin with Rise of Kingdoms. That was where I started. But as all good things have to come to an end, my time in 1304 eventually did. And me and my group migrated to another kingdom that was actually pretty good. And mainly we left 1304 because there was a lot of dead weight. We were getting really unfortunate matchmakings. So next we moved to 1841. 1841 was also a pretty good kingdom. We were here for a little while. I think we were here for 2 or 3 KVKs. And the main alliance that we were in here was BL, which I think has since been renamed. But it may have been whatever this is now. Yeah, Bloodlust. So we were in Bloodlust. And that was our main alliance. And we were led by Snail. I remember Snail. Amongst some other folks. And as you can see, this kingdom has also gone to the wayside, sadly. But 1841 was another adventure. We had a pretty good time here, and I have fond memories of this kingdom. But as you can see, everyone went their own ways. So 1841 is gone, but we had some good KVKs there. From 1841, we then all still went together. It was me and a bunch of my friends. It was Lily, it was Loki, it was Lord Jabo. I'm sure you've seen some of them in some of my really old videos. And then we went to 2120. Now, 2120 was a really good kingdom. This kingdom was super strong, and a lot of the people that were actually in this kingdom ended up migrating to 1093. So Blue, Hendog, a bunch of folks you probably have seen moved to 1093. In fact, Shrednar, who's I think still there, also was in 2120 with us. And what's funny is Blu-ray actually used to be the leader here. And clearly he still is. I think he came back from 1093 to be here. But when I was here, Blu-ray was the leader. Jzen was with me. And there are still some folks that I know, Farmer Andy, that are still in this kingdom. So 2120 is one of the few kingdoms that I was in that's not dead since we've left. But it was a really good time here. And this kingdom had all sorts of really competitive Imperium KVKs. And there were a bunch of people that ended up choosing actually to stay here when the rest of us moved on. 2120 was also where my YouTube career first really began. As you can see, this was my first Rise of Kingdoms stream ever in Rise of Kingdoms. And this was against 1307. And ultimately, I believe we ended up losing this KVK. But you can see how much things have changed. A, I had a lot more power. And B, this video has a grand total of 6 likes, which means I really was killing it way back then. But this is where I started. And it brings warm memories to me because 2120 was an awesome kingdom, and we had some really good times. And I'm still in touch with some of the folks that I befriended all the way back then as well. But it was a great time, and this was such an adventure, and it's cool to see that this kingdom is still somewhat alive, because it's sad looking back and seeing all of my old kingdoms be dead. But as you can see, this kingdom was really strong. We won a ton of KVKs here, but eventually we needed something different. So from there, we went to a smaller kingdom because we wanted to have a little bit more control of our destiny. And unfortunately, that smaller kingdom didn't stay small, but we went to kingdom 2389. Not 2489, 2389. And this was mainly an Arabic-based kingdom. And here you go. You can see, I think this kingdom's still mostly intact. We were in NH89. And this was the main alliance back then. Oh no, this kingdom's also dead. And we were here for maybe 1 or 2 KVKs. We didn't last very long here. But this was where we were. This KVK, this kingdom, wasn't too spectacular at the time. It wasn't my favorite place to be. And I actually ended up wanting to leave before my friends. We had a couple KVKs where we didn't really agree with leadership. And it just wasn't a good fit for us. So this came to be the sad part for me. For the first time in my Rise of Kingdoms career, I had to leave the people that I was originally playing with. They wanted to go buy a kingdom. They're in Kingdom 2007. You can go check it out. And they have their own kingdom there. Lots of love to those folks. But then began my journey to 1079. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with 1079. I think I've spoken about them pretty much at length. But let's go look at them just for fun so you can see exactly what this kingdom looks like. 1079 is still a great kingdom. If you guys are looking to migrate, I'm sure they're accepting folks. But I was in 1079 for probably longer than almost any other kingdom. And the main alliance in 1079 is S79. If you guys want to learn more about this kingdom, check out the top right side of my screen. I did an interview with Khan. He's the best. 1079 was a great kingdom. And I was here for a long time. This was really where my Rise of Kingdoms content creator journey really started to take off. When I started in this kingdom, I think I had just broken 1,000 subscribers. And now here we are at 4,200. And it's been an adventure. It's been a really good time. So from 1079, I just left right before this KVK. And I am now in 3265. So I've jumped around a little bit. And it took me a little while to try and put together all of my journey. But I did it. And you may be wondering, Shappy, why do we care about this? So let me walk you through it. Rise of Kingdoms has been around for a long time. And I have been playing this game since the beginning. But why do I continue to play? Well, I made a whole video on the psychology of Rise of Kingdoms. You can check that out if you want. But we're talking about me today. I've started playing this game because I was looking for a game that was similar to Civ, but I could play with friends, and I can play online, and it was kind of real time. Whereas Civ is turn-based and not quite as good for multiplayer, unfortunately. So I found Rise of Kingdoms. I was sitting in a class in university and I just got hooked. And then over time, I made friends. I got to experience leading an alliance. I got to experience leading a kingdom. I made great friends with Miss Mayhem, who's now in TL 68. It's been a wonderful journey. But what's kept me here the most has been the community and the advancements that Lilith has made to the game, right? I've been here forever, but they continue to add new and exciting things to the game. Different season of conquests, KVK types, new commanders with new mechanics. They've also continued to make things interesting, right? I can't come back with an old account and do just as well as I'm doing now. I've had to continue to invest. But that's not all. The community in Rise of Kingdoms has made it so I feel so supported on my YouTube channel. And you guys continue to invest in me, and I continue to invest in you to help create this channel everything that it could possibly be. And the continuance of this channel and the investment that I've put in here is one of the big reasons why I continue to play. That and the fact that I continue to get these crazy KVKs like this one that I am currently in against 1960. If you want to see how that went, be sure to check out my streams. I'll have a video coming out later this week walking through where we ended up with Kingsland as well. But I think it's a combination of the fact that Lilith keeps adding new mechanics that make the game new and exciting and have some spice to it. The different changes to what the meta is, what the commanders you can run, the KVKs that are available, etc. The community, and the fact that I've invested so much time and energy into this game that I don't want to give up. I want to continue playing so long as it's fun. And you guys, the Shappy Squad, continue to make this game so much fun for me. If you're seeing this video and you have not downloaded Rise of Kingdoms and you're just like, maybe I'll give it a shot, you definitely should. They've made a lot of changes to make it really friendly to new players. So feel free to download it. But thank you all. This has been my Rise of Kingdoms journey from the very beginning. It's a little sentimental, I know, a little sappy. But as I approach my 2000th day in this game, to put that into reference, my markswoman date is 2019. Let me show you. March 30th, 2019, I found some lifelong friends in this game. And so thank you all. This has been wonderful. Hopefully you enjoyed this sentimental video. If you haven't already, do hit that subscribe button right over there, bottom right hand corner, and drop a like on the video. Thank you all. Shappy out.